We believe that there should be an independent person selected to serve as chair of this commission. And we feel that this has not always been the case, and there are times when mischief occurs because those persons are not independent enough to serve on these bodies. And so for us, Mr. President, we don't feel that at this time Mr. Pereira is the right person to be the chair of this commission because we don't see him as being independent enough.
We don't feel that we have had the right process, or maybe we could say that it fits the tight legal definition, but I don't know if really the process leads to confidence across the country of Belize that we are actually getting somebody that we know for sure is not aligned with one party or the other. This is critical, Mr. President, and so we find there is great difficulty with us supporting this request.
I have known Mr. Pereira for a number of years, known of him more years than that, known many in his family for many more years. And I had the opportunity to speak with him at length in relation to this proposed appointment. I have no issue with the person. Mr. Pereira is a fine gentleman. I don't have any reason to question his integrity. I think his work speaks for itself, even though he has served as a temporary senator for the UDP on a number of occasions. I think he's of a strong enough character to speak his mind and speak for himself. But this is larger than Mr. Pereira, larger than any of the current commissioners, larger than the PUP, larger than the UDP. This is about our electoral system. And please, I know everybody votes one way or the other, but there are sufficient people that I would put in that I would characterize as independent when it comes to political affiliation in this country. More and more, every year, there are more of those. So I am not convinced, Mr. President, that there were best endeavors to get someone who we can consider independent politically speaking. This has nothing to do with the person, with Mr. Pereira, and I want to emphasize that. Nothing at all with the person.
He acted at times as a senator, substitute senator for the United Democratic Party. But he also served as a member of the Belize Liquor Licensing Board. He served as a director of the Belize Water Services Limited. He served as a director of the Social Security Board. He is currently a director for the National Institute of Culture and Heritage. And when you look at the time period, it has all of these appointments have been under this government. And so the question of independence arises, Mr. President.
I've known Mr. Pereira for the past 6 years, and for those of the senators that do not know this, he's actually my law partner. I've worked alongside him for the past 3 years. So I find it very, very, very difficult to understand my friends in this room saying in one vein that Mr. Pereira is a man of integrity, but in the same vein saying he's incapable of being unbiased because he's not politically independent. We're all entitled to be affiliated to some party. That's your constitutional right. You vote however you want. It is not Mr. Pereira alone that will be running this commission.
When the PUP were in power, Mrs. Myrtle Palacio was the chief elections officer, you know. She not political, though. She not political. She was only the Secretary General of the PUP, but she not political. Towards the end of the last PUP term, Ambassador Stuart Leslie was the chief elections officer, but he not political. He not political, none at all. He's only the chief advisor now to the leader of the opposition. And I agree with Senator Ghanwani, let's give the man a chance, similar to what we did with the last contractor general that we appointed. Give the person a chance to see what they can do.